Yesterday, I was called away to do some emergency tech support. My mom was running Windows, and of course, Windows Update bricked her computer, as it tends to do on occasion. And so it was a little bit complicated, but I managed to get the thing back. However, once I got it booted up, I didn't spend much time poking around and checking things out. And as it turns out, there was still a problem with it, which is that the audio is broken. It doesn't detect any input sound devices. The usual debug process for this did not work. However, I did eventually, with the help of a Reddit thread, which I now forget where it was able to get it working. And near as I can tell, it seems to be a Windows bug. And I think you'll see why I think that it's a bug as we get into the solution process here. So I apologize for the somewhat grainy recording here. I kind of recorded this quickly on my mom's computer just to show you the process, and now I'm kind of dubbing over it later. So if we take a look at what's going on here, you can see it's not detecting any audio devices even though the speakers are turned in. And if we go to sound settings here, you can see there's no output devices found, manage sound device, no devices. However, I'm going to launch Device Manager here in a moment. And if we take a look, in Device Manager, we actually can see the speakers, and we can also see the sound card drivers down there. So ordinarily, at this point, your first port of call for debugging this thing is going to be to first try to update the drivers, which is what I'm doing here. And then if that doesn't work, you can do a sort of an enable-disable toggle on the device, or you can uninstall the device and then search for hardware changes, which I'm about to do in just a moment. So I'm on the newest driver. I decided to leave those alone. Here I'm going to uninstall the device. So that nukes it completely. And then if you search for hardware changes, that will reinstall the drivers from scratch. And as you can see, that also has not helped. Here's where it gets weird. Now, I've done a bit of tinkering because you have to do this process every time you reboot the computer. So I've done a little bit of tinkering, and the only way that I've been able to reliably get this to work is to do that uninstall, reinstall process that I just did first. So do that, and then you're going to do something weird. So we're going to scroll down and go into Ease of Access Control Settings, then change Device App or App Volume, and there it is. So it's still not enabled. We still don't have the device here, but check it out. If once you do that uninstall reinstall, you go into Ease of Access, magically it appears. And you can adjust the volume from there, and then it will, in time, pop up here. So sometimes you have to, there it just popped up on its own. I have found that occasionally you have to, here it is. You occasionally have to actually click off, and then like Windows Explorer will refresh and you'll get it back. But that's the trick. If the bog standard approach of debugging your audio devices does not get you your audio device back, then the trick is to do the uninstall, reinstall of the device, and then go into Sound Settings, Ease of Access, and from there try and adjust the volume. So you go Ease of Access, and then you go into Change the Device or Volume App, and your device will magically appear. The joys of working with Windows. You have to do this every time you reboot. I have not yet figured out how to permanently fix this. I'm currently installing one of the optional quality updates, and I'm wondering if maybe that will do the job. I don't know. This was weird and esoteric enough that I figured I'd throw it out there. I hope that you found this interesting, and I'll see you in the next video.